WHIO, Dayton's only 24-hour news station. Using the power of News Center 7, we have dozens of reports. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
So much conversation about crypto. I'm asked a lot about it. A lot of people get upset with me that I'm so cautious about you being involved with crypto. And it is still a Wild West kind of thing. You may have heard, if you're into crypto, that Bybit got hit by hackers and $1.5 billion of its customers' money that was stored with Bybit is now lost in space. There are rumors that the money was stolen by North Korean hackers. Who knows exactly where that money's gone? The problem is, for you as a consumer, you have money on a crypto exchange, you feel like it's going to be safe. It's not necessarily safe from a hacker. And there's no FDIC insurance.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Live from the WHIO News Center, this is Miami Valley's News at 5. Our top local story: a Cedarville University student is still in the hospital after a plane crash Sunday.
We are monitoring the potential for a few strong thunderstorms this weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney. My forecast is coming up.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
Should be a nice drive home this afternoon. A couple of slow spots to let you know about. I-75 North slow from Route 35 to almost Stanley Avenue. 675 is slow as you approach Route 35 to about Research Boulevard. That includes the ramp from 35 East to 675 South. The rest of the freeway system at normal speeds and no accidents. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
These stories and more coming up. I'm Ron Otto. WHIO News Time is exactly 5 o'clock.
WHIO, Dayton Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
It is our top local story. A Cedarville University student hurt in a plane crash over the weekend in Pennsylvania is still in the hospital.
Judah White is listed in critical condition. She is a sophomore from Manheim, Pennsylvania, who was traveling back to campus after spring break when the plane crashed in a parking lot in Lancaster.
WHIO's Ian James. The plane was headed to Springfield. WHIO News Time is 5:01. It is currently 74 degrees in downtown Dayton. We have breaking news this hour. Montgomery County deputies need your help in finding an endangered missing man. Deputies say 65-year-old Barry Adams was last seen leaving his home on North Main Street in Dayton February 14th. Adams suffers from a heart condition and mental issues. Now, you can see a picture of Adams at WHIO.com, and if you see him, you can call 911. To Columbus, Governor Mike DeWine touts employment in the Buckeye State in his annual State of the State address.
We've hit the highest number of jobs ever in our state's history. We've added more than 81,000 private sector jobs and have nearly 5.7 million Ohioans right now employed in our workforce.
The governor speaking to a joint session of the General Assembly this afternoon. Updating a story we're following in Trotwood, a man is headed to prison for his role in the death of a man over 2 years ago. Savon Davis is sentenced to 18 to 22 and a half years in prison. Firefighters found the body of Jaquan Hardy in the burnt remains of a home on Gardendale Avenue in March 2023, and that Hardy had been shot. 3 other people are facing charges in Hardy's death.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Europe is pushing back against President Trump's economic policy by issuing retaliatory tariffs on U.S. products.
EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen saying in part in a statement, it is not in our common interest to burden our economies with tariffs. The UK, not a part of the EU, is holding off on retaliatory moves.
Fox's Greg Palcott reporting the tariffs will take effect April 1st. WHIO News Time is 5:03. The latest Storm Center 7 forecast is coming up next.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News, the most powerful name in news. WHIO. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
If you're in college, or let's say you have a kid who's in college or going soon, I want to tell you the hottest thing right now is to go in a college program where you work, not just wherever, but you work in jobs that are in the field of what you're studying, and it lets you stand above the crowd. This is the number one way for someone to take a college degree and be successful with it after graduating from college. College is so expensive, it's better actually to stretch college to get that degree to 5 or 6 years working while in school, so that when you graduate, you not only have the credential, but you also have experience in the field you want to work in.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's morning news on WHIO. This is the legendary WHIO.
This is Lou M. Now let's check on morning traffic.
Dayton's only 24-hour news station. Using the power of News Center 7, we have dozens of reporters all over the Miami Valley.
Breaking news in Tip City. This is a live
with one mission, to bring you breaking news when it happens.
News Center 7's Kayla McDermott is live along
Major stories that impact your family.
New Oregon District mass shooting information.
We're the home of Dayton's only all-news morning show, Miami Valley's Morning News.
This is Larry Hansgen.
Then, throughout the day, listen for updated local news every 15 minutes.
Dayton and Springfield's 24-hour news, weather, and traffic station.
When breaking news happens, we stop what we're doing and go wall to wall. For us, there's nothing more important than live, local news on the radio. It's a tradition since 1935.
WHIO.
This is 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. WHIO is Dayton's #1 traffic station. We watch it from the air, from the ground, and from your car. Triple Team Traffic with Jake Magnotta is only on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
WHIO news time is 5:06. Now with Miami Valley's most accurate and dependable forecast, here's Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney.
As we go from this evening into tonight, increasing clouds, but we stay dry, low of 40 degrees. For Thursday, partly sunny, high temperature of 70 degrees. We'll have a slight chance of showers on Thursday. Friday, mostly sunny, breezy and warm, up to 75 degrees. Saturday, a chance for showers and thunderstorms with 2 rounds, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Isolated strong thunderstorms can't be ruled out, high of 75. Lingering showers into Sunday, but cooler at 54 degrees. Mostly sunny next Monday with a high of 55. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton's Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
The latest scan of the live Doppler 7 radar, all clear, sunny, and very warm for this time of the year. It's 71 in Huber Heights now, 74 in Dayton at 5:06.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
I-75 north is slow through the downtown Dayton area from about Route 35 to almost to Stanley. 675 south also slow as you approach 35 to Research Boulevard. Now that includes the ramp from 35 east to 675 south. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Our next scheduled news in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 at 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
If news breaks, we break in anytime. Now, back to America's most powerful talk lineup. This is WHIO.
I'm looking for the dude by the name of Todd.
He's a local boy.
He's a clever boy.
He's got the microphone.
He's got all the firepower he needs, and he ain't afraid to use it.
We heard about your broadcast.
Woo! It's like Fruit Loops. Okay, let's get this started.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I love cheese. 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 I really love the cheese.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch along and listen and watch. It's right there on the YouTube. It's right there on the Facebook. Just don't do that when you're driving. I've had a few people call me and say, hey, I'm watching the show and I'm stuck in traffic. Don't. Just be careful. Watch when you get home. Tonight on the show, we've got, oh my gosh, we've got alien news, we've got creeper news, we've got flying the unfriendly skies, we've got some damn it dog stories, a Guinness World Record, and if that weren't enough, it's Wing It Wednesday. And we're going to be talking to a gentleman by the name of Roy Boomershine, and I love that last name. He's from the Boomershine Skills Center in Springfield. So we're going to talk to him coming up just after 6:30 tonight for Wing It Wednesday. But let's get to our dog stories to start. Usually we don't start with dog stories, but every once in a while, something comes across my desk, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. So we actually have two. We have a good dog story, and then we have a damn it dog story. Sort of balance things out. But I thought this one was kind of interesting because my wife and I, maybe a couple weeks ago, we started watching a show on the Apple TV called Severance. And it has to do with this unusual business, weird business, where people, they work there, but when they go into work, they get into an elevator and their brain is zapped because they've got like a little electrode buried in their brain, and they lose their memory from everything that's on the outside. They go in, they work, they do their thing, and then when they leave at 5 o'clock, they go into the same elevator and it gets zapped again, and then they're back in the real world. And they don't know what they do at this business, but they work there. And it's called Severance. And it's actually very entertaining. It's produced and directed by Ben Stiller. It's got Adam Scott. It's got Patricia Arquette. But the point of this whole story and that TV show is that there was a Reddit post that popped up probably a month or so ago where people were starting to report that their dogs who were in the room while they were watching Severance, they're sitting there on the couch, they're watching the TV show, they're on the big screen, the dog's laying next to them, and the dogs were reacting. They were having some sort of strange response to this TV show. Now, when Mary and I watch Severance, the dogs are in there with us, Luna and Lily. And I've not really noticed that they, are affected by the show. Now, sometimes, not just with Severance, but sometimes whatever show we're watching, you might hear this. Yeah, a doorbell. And if your dogs are anything like mine, they go berserk. They kind of look at each other for a moment, and we're like, did you hear that? I think I did. That kind of thing. And a lot of dogs do that. A lot of dogs, when they hear that high-pitched sound or doorbell or whatever, they automatically respond. But the people that have been watching this Severance are saying that it's not just sounds like that. It's movements on the screen. They work in an office on the show that's very, very white. Like all the walls are white, and sometimes there's very bright lights, and there's sound effects. And it's a very interesting show, but dogs are responding and reacting to what they're seeing on the screen. So I was curious if there are specific shows that maybe you've noticed your dogs reacting to. And it might not just be dogs. I mean, I guess it could be cats too, or any animals. There have been times when we have caught Lily more so than Luna. Lily would be sitting on the couch and she's looking at the screen. And you can tell, like, she's transfixed on it. And I've always wondered, it's like, well, what is she thinking? What is she's obviously seeing the same thing, but she doesn't see the world in the same way as I do, right? I mean, just visually. She's not seeing all the bright colors and all of the different things that we humans see. Dogs I don't think they see that. I've always heard that they basically are seeing in like, I don't know, black and white or something like that. And that they have no sense of time, right? So, I don't know what she's seeing. I don't know that she's engaged with the show. I do remember years ago that Bill Murray Christmas movie, Scrooged. And in that film, there was this notion that was floated where they were going to start a network for pets. You know, that pets watching TV was an untapped demographic. And I remember at the time, everybody sort of laughing at that. Well, they have that now. They have TV channels, cable channels. They're probably like apps or something that you can download on your smart TV for your dogs. Maybe your cats too, but specifically the ones that I've seen are for your dogs. And whether it be dogs up on the TV doing something, sort of like the Puppy Bowl kind of deal, or it's just sounds, or it's the outdoors, something that soothes them, something that relaxes them. But I'm curious if anybody has witnessed this with their dogs. Is there a specific show that maybe they react to the most or like to watch? Now, sometimes when we leave the house and we put the dogs in their little playpens, they each have their own playpens. We don't let them just run loose in the house when we're gone. But they're in their playpens. We don't put the TV on. Sometimes we put on a podcast. Usually it's the Evening Edge with Todd podcast. They love that. They love that show. But I'm just curious if anybody has a TV show that maybe they've noticed their dogs react to more than others. 937-457-1290. Now, we have this Damn It Dog, and this is
Adventures of Damn It Dog. Damn it, dog!
This is like a quintessential Damn It Dog story. So this happened Monday down in Memphis, Tennessee. It was around 4 o'clock in the morning, and the cops were called to a house in a suburb of Memphis on a report of a gunshot. So cops show up, and it turns out that there was a guy in the house, and he told the cops that he was in bed with his wife. Well, female friend. Let's just call it that. And it was around 4 o'clock in the morning, and at some point, his pit bull puppy named Oreo jumped up on the bed. And I don't know where you keep your gun. Maybe you keep it on your bed while you're sleeping with a companion. But that's where this guy keeps his gun. Well, the dog jumped up on the bed, and according to the homeowner, the dog's paw got stuck in the gun's trigger guard and ended up hitting the trigger. The gun went off. The victim was grazed by a bullet in his upper left thigh and was taken to the hospital in non-critical condition. Now, that's what they say happens. So until we know different, we just have to assume that, yes, this guy was shot by his dog, right? But here's the twist. According to police, the man's female friend left the house with the gun before they arrived. So I'm just curious. I'd like to know. I hope they do some deeper investigation on this. Because I wonder if, in fact, maybe he does keep his gun on top of his bed while he's in the bed. What if it was him or his female friend that rolled over on the gun and somehow that caused it to go off? It could happen. But they blamed it on the dog, which is typical. It's like when somebody passes gas in the bed, you blame it on the dog. It's not your fault. It's not her fault or his fault. It's the dog. You blame it on the dog. And I'm guessing that there's a possibility that maybe that's what happened here. Because I don't know how small a pit bull puppy's paw is. And I don't know what particular kind of gun this guy had. But I guess it's possible that a paw could get stuck in the trigger, the little trigger guard, and hit the trigger and the gun goes off. I'm not sure I believe that. If that's the case, why did she leave with the gun? That's my question. But the victim says that both Oreo and the homeowner is doing okay. 937-457-1290. Let's see. Sharon in Tip City. Hey, Sharon.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
I was just wanted to comment on the story about dogs watching TV. I had a coworker who had 4 dogs, and so they could see the TV because they like to watch QVC.
QVC? Really?
Yes.
I wonder if it was like an ASMR thing for dogs, because I could see where QVC might be very soothing. You know?
I don't know. We always thought it was funny. And what's so funny is the owner was a big shopper. So I don't know if that's why they like to watch QVC, because that's what they saw their mom doing.
Could be the dogs became brainwashed.
That's right, yes.
It could be like you got pretty ladies up on the screen going, look at this lovely blouse. You would look great in this blouse, or something like that. And maybe that was just sort of, the dogs were just like, their happy space. Their happy space.
Yes.
All right, Sharon. Now, let me ask you, did you hear the story about the guy had the gun on his bed and he's blaming the pit bull for shooting him?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, doesn't my scenario seem more plausible?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't. You don't blame the dog because you got shot, because you're the idiot who left the gun on the bed.
Correct.
Especially if you and your female friend are in the bed.
Yes. Or maybe the woman shot him and they blamed the dog so she wouldn't get arrested.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm thinking. She left with the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch Dateline enough that sounds suspicious.
That's exactly right. I've been watching a lot of Dateline recently, and that sounds exactly like a Dateline plot for sure, Sharon. All right.
Keith Morrissey, look into it.
Yeah, thanks for your call. I appreciate it. 937-457-1290.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, a hero.
He's a keeper. It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man. You'll realize.
You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, here are the 3 big things you need to know. A Dayton man who robbed a bank in Moraine gets 2 years in prison. Montgomery County deputies are looking for an endangered missing man this hour. And our current top local story, the Cedarville student injured in a Pennsylvania plane crash is still in the hospital today.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
That's a great ride home this afternoon, but we still have a couple of slow spots that you should know about. I-75 north from Route 35 to about Stanley Avenue through the downtown Dayton area is slow. 675 remains slow as you approach Route 35 to Research Boulevard. Rest of the freeway system accident-free and normal. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Now here's the Miami Valley's most accurate and dependable forecast.
This evening should give way to increasing clouds overnight, but we stay dry. Low temperatures in the lower 40s. For Thursday, partly sunny, a stray shower possible with a high near 70 degrees. I'm Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton's Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
The latest scan of the live Doppler 7 radar. It is all clear and sunny. Very nice this afternoon. 72 in Xenia and 72 in Dayton at 5:23. These stories and more coming up. Our next scheduled newscast is at 5:30. I'm Ron Otto, WHIO Continuing News. For this week in history, I'm Ron Otto. March 9th, 1959, Barbie makes her debut at the American Toy Fair in New York and will go on to sell over 1 billion units worldwide. March 10th, 1940, Chuck Norris is born in Ryan, Oklahoma.
Because that's where the Rangers
March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell tells his assistant, Thomas Watson, "Come here, I want to see you," through his new invention, the telephone. March 15th, 44 BC, the Ides of March. Julius Caesar is stabbed to death by Brutus, Cassius, and several other senators in Rome.
It's too...
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
Okay, there's a weird thing I got to share with you. You know how when you pull a credit card out of your wallet, it'll have a number on it? Well, do you know that next time you get a renewal of your card, it may not have any numbers on it at all? And the reason is that credit card companies are trying to stamp out so much fraud. And there are now electronically embedded numbers inside a card, and that's enough. On your statement, stuff you have from your credit card company will have your actual number available to you, but more and more you're going to find that the number you're going to be using will be tokenized, kind of like what happens if you use Apple Pay or Google Wallet, where it generates a randomized number every time you use that particular card. That's the system we're going to for all credit card transactions.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. This is the legendary WHIO.
This is Lou M. Now let's check on morning traffic.
Dayton's only 24-hour news station. Using the power of News Center 7, we have dozens of reporters all over the Miami Valley.
Breaking news in Tip City. This is a live
With
look.
one mission, to bring you breaking news when it happens.
News Center 7's Kayla McDermott is live along
Major
South.
stories that impact your family.
New Oregon District mass shooting information.
We're the home of Dayton's only all-news morning show, Miami Valley's Morning News.
This is Larry Hanskin.
Then, throughout the day, listen for updated local news every 15 minutes.
Dayton and Springfield's 24-hour news, weather, and traffic station.
When breaking news happens, we stop what we're doing and go wall to wall. For us, there's nothing more important than live, local news on the radio. It's a tradition since 1935.
WHIO.
This is 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
When you hear the term living better, what do you think about? More money? A bigger house? Maybe a yacht? What about how you feel physically? How you wake up each day? How you sleep? What activities you can and cannot do? When you feel good, life is good. So if pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, it doesn't just mask pain temporarily. It helps reduce or even eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So give their 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call, 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're hurting, in 3 weeks or even days, Relief Factor can give you a chance to rediscover the true meaning of living better again. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
U.S. takes ceasefire terms to Russia. We'll have the latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Halston, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
At best, you're an underachiever at a local radio station.
The Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, had a story about a dog, actually a couple of dogs, responding in unusual, weird ways to the TV show on Apple TV called Severance. Things that are happening on the screen, sounds, shapes, flashing lights. People are reporting that their dogs are acting odd when watching that show. So I just asked the question, like, well, what kind of reactions do your dogs give when they're watching TV? Because I'm sure many of you have dogs that watch TV. Andy in Dayton. What's up, Andy?
Hi, yes. I wanted to talk about that technology that's causing that. It's called ultrasonic cross-device tracking. Right?
What is it called?
Ultrasonic cross-device tracking.
Wow.
So what they're doing is they're playing a sound through the TV that you cannot hear, but the microphone on your phone or on your laptop or on your tablet will pick it up.
Really?
That sound or that code that it broadcasts is unique to the show that you're watching and the device that you're watching it on. So they can link those things together for the purposes of tracking your actions.
Well, that's creepy. But how do the dogs hear that? Is it a sound?
Because it's like a dog whistle, right? It's ultrasonic.
Oh, okay.
So also this can be used to geolocate you. So if you are creeped out by that, I would recommend going through all of your apps on your phone and figuring out which ones have the microphone permission and which ones truly need it.
Right, and then turn them off.
Turn them off.
Turn them off. Interesting. Well, Andy, I had no idea they were doing that, so thank you.
You're welcome.
I learned something tonight on the Evening Edge. That doesn't happen very often. Thanks for your call, buddy. I appreciate it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Live from the WHIO News Center, this is Miami Valley's news at 5:30. Our top local story, a local college student remains in the hospital after a plane crash.
Very warm weather continues this week, and that could lead to storms this weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney. My forecast is coming up.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
Should be a nice drive home this afternoon. A couple of slow spots. I-75 still slow from Route 35 to almost Stanley. 75 south slow starting at about Route 48. 675 still slowing down as you approach Route 35. The rest of the freeway system normal and accident free. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
These stories and more coming up. I'm Ron Otto. WHIO News Time is exactly 5:30.
WHIO, Dayton Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
It is our top local story. A Cedarville University student hurt in a plane crash over the weekend in Pennsylvania is still in the hospital. Judah White is listed in critical condition. White is a sophomore from Manheim, Pennsylvania, who is traveling back to campus after spring break when the plane crashed in a parking lot in Lancaster. The plane was headed to Springfield. We have breaking news this hour. The man whose body was found in the woods near the Lowe's in Washington Township has now been identified. Cops say 60-year-old Timothy Siney lived in a tent in the wooded area and was found dead by a friend Tuesday afternoon. This was in the Lowe's in Miami Township, that is. Siney's death does not appear to be suspicious. A Dayton man convicted of robbing a bank in Moraine last year is headed to prison. Bill Madewell III is sentenced to 2 years in prison, will serve anywhere from 1 to 5 years parole once he is released. Now, Madewell passed a note demanding money to the teller at the Fifth Third Bank on West Dorothy Lane, then ran off. Cops say Madewell did not use a weapon and no one was hurt. Montgomery County deputies need your help in finding an endangered missing man. Deputies say 65-year-old Barry Adams was last seen leaving his home on North Main Street in Dayton February 14th. Adams suffers from a heart condition and mental issues. You can see a picture of him at WHIO.com, and if you see him, call 911.
Yes, this is WHIO Continuing News.
President Trump meeting the Prime Minister of Ireland at the Oval Office. Hopeful a ceasefire deal in Ukraine can get done.
Yeah, we could do things very bad for Russia. It would be devastating for Russia, but I don't want to do that because I want to see peace. And we're getting close to maybe getting something done.
Trump administration this week also lifting its suspension of military aid for Ukraine. Now with the Miami Valley's most accurate and dependable forecast, your Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Chaney.
A mostly sunny sky this evening should give way to increasing clouds overnight, but we stay dry. Low temperatures in the lower 40s. For Thursday, partly sunny, a stray shower possible with a high near 70 degrees. I'm Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Chaney for Dayton's Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
We have a clear scan of the live Doppler 7 radar with lots of sunshine. It is currently 72 in Huber Heights, is 73 in Dayton at 5:34. Our next scheduled news in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News, the most powerful name in news. WHIO.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brian Kilmeade.
Hi, everyone. WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here, and I am coming to Dayton, and I want to see you in person. So join me at the Victoria Theater for my show, History, Liberty, and Laughs.
I love a good Kilmeade joke, obviously, just as much as the next guy and woman.
Also with Fox Nation. I'll be there Saturday, June 21st. So buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org.
My self-esteem is gone.
And you can upgrade your tickets for a VIP experience where we can meet before the show backstage and take some pictures.
You'll see the picture online. What was in the picture?
Join me, Brian Kilmeade, in Dayton, all part of the year-long WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. And did I mention I might bring a few of my friends to join me? You never know who might show up.
You open it for the big names, but when you close the book, you remember the other names. We're not America without those so-called average everyday Americans doing great things.
Buy your tickets now and tell them Brian sent you, only from WHIO, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News station.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
I'm Parker Testo with the University of Dayton Sports Update. The Dayton Flyers beat VCU 75-67 in their final regular season game Friday night. Javon Bennett led the Flyers in points.
Back to Bennett for 3. It's good.
Bennett posted a Dayton career-high 22. Also having a night was Malachi Smith.
Malachi for 3. Got it!
Smith notched 13 points. Enoch Cheeks was also in double figures.
It's Cheeks and a monster dunk!
Cheeks dropped 12 points. Coach Grant after the win.
Proud of our guys because we did our part. We took care of what we needed to take care of in these 2 games, and now it's about trying to get prepared and understanding the lessons from the regular season and then putting ourselves in position to go try to win a championship in D.C.
Next time out, Dayton plays in the Atlantic 10 quarterfinals Friday night. Pregame begins at 6:30. Larry Hansgen has the call at 7:30 here on the home of the Flyers. I'm Parker Testo with your University of Dayton Sports Update on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
If news breaks, we break in anytime. Now, back to America's most powerful talk lineup. This is WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right? The problems of the world are not in my department. Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holtz.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. Talking about TV shows that your dogs, or I guess even cats could do it, but usually I think of dogs, react, when they're watching. I've got a story that dogs all throughout the country, I don't know how many for sure, are reacting to the TV show Severance, which is on Apple TV. Whether it's the sound, the visuals, flashing lights, whatever it is, people are reporting that their dogs are responding and reacting. One guy says that his dog, whenever he hears the music, just goes and gets in his bed. It's like clockwork. He hears the piano playing at the beginning. The dog just gets up and goes and gets into his bed. Very, very odd. Very, very odd. So maybe you've got a TV show that your pet responds to. My buddy Cal on the live stream, he helps me keep track of all the cars in the buildings, just mentioned that Channel 7, I guess, did a tease or something about a vehicle into a building. But we don't have any details. And there hasn't been a news report on it yet. So we're watching, we're looking, we're investigating, we're digging deep. But if we get that confirmed, that would be number 19 for the year. 937-457-1290 is our number. Let's see, Derek in Kettering. Hey, Derek.
Hey.
What's happening, man?
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
Hey, my dog, ever since a puppy, has watched golf religiously.
Golf?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it's the birds and the squirrels that they make noises with or the actual hitting of the golf ball, but...
Well, it could be a little bit like, I don't know if you heard the woman call in who said that she had a friend whose dog loved QVC. And I can kind of imagine in my mind that golf, again, a little bit like QVC, could be a little ASMR-ish, where it's like, you know, he's bending over the ball and he's lining up his putts. And, you know, and the dogs are just sort of like, wow, man, this is relaxing, you know?
Yeah.
It could be. Now, do they get up close to the screen, or are they just sitting on the couch with you?
She just sits on the couch and will watch it for hours. I mean,
wow.
Ever since she was a puppy, it's the most bizarre thing.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for that, Derek. I appreciate that. Let's see. Kim in Kettering. What's up, Kim?
Hey, how's it going, Todd?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing pretty darn good. I'm off work, so yay. So, yes, I have two stories to tell you.
Okay.
I have a pit bull.
Okay.
And she is addicted to One Chicago.
One Chicago. What is that?
Yeah, Chicago Med, Fire, and BD.
Oh, okay. Is that a CBS show or? I don't know.
You know,
it doesn't matter.
I don't even remember. Anyway, she'll be laying down, and as soon as Chicago Med starts, she just sits right up.
Like she recognizes the theme song and everything, or
there's not even a theme song to it.
She just senses it, or she feels it, or maybe it's what that guy called in about and said there's some sort of ultrasonic signal that's going out over your TV that the dog picks up. Maybe that particular signal intrigues your pup.
It could be. I don't know, but it's so funny when exciting things start happening on there. She'll start stomping her feet.
Right. Now, has she ever tried to change the channel?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And then I've got a cat who is addicted to football. Now,
really?
He'll sit there and he'll watch it with me, and every now and then he'll jump up on the stand there.
Yeah.
And he'll try to swat the football down.
That's funny. So he gets right up close to the TV.
Oh, yeah. He touches the screen trying to knock it down.
Wow. Now, let me ask you this, Kim. Would you say that, what's your cat's name?
Angel.
Would you say that Angel is more of a Browns fan or a Bengals fan?
I think he's just a football fan
just in general.
Because it doesn't matter what game we have on. Yeah.
I would think he'd be a Bengals fan just because of the cats, but...
One would think.
Yeah, you would think. All right, Kim, appreciate your call. Let's see, Wayne and Carlisle. Hey, Wayne, what's going on? Wow, boy, that's a neat sound.
Hey.
What's up, man?
My dog goes absolutely ballistic, barking and growling at the TV to the theme song from the Andy Griffith Show.
It's the whistling.
It's the whistling.
It's the whistling, yeah.
But no, he hates it.
Oh, wow. Does he go and hide, or he just starts barking and howling?
No, he just gets right in front the TV and start barking and growling.
Wow. I can see that, though. It's sort of like, it's like I played earlier. It's like when dogs hear that, they just go ballistic, right? And I bet people who are listening right now at home, and their dogs are freaking out because of the doorbell. Stop that, Todd. Stop that. Okay. All right, Wayne.
Just enticing them.
Yeah. Appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. We got some creeper news.
Crazy creep. Bunch of weirdos.
Sounds like a creep to me.
Whack job. You know what? You're starting to creep me out, man. Your move, creep.
You little creep!
Well, this is really super creepy, and it's super scary. This happened at a TJ Maxx. An employee was arrested and is facing charges that he was taking video of a woman trying on clothes in the fitting room. Now, before you panic, it wasn't a TJ Maxx in Dayton. However, it was a TJ Maxx in Columbus. So, there could be people that make that trek from Dayton to Columbus to go to TJ Maxx. We have our own TJ Maxxes, but sometimes, I'm sure some of you have been there. This was the TJ Maxx on Graceland Boulevard up in Columbus. Cops say that as soon as the woman saw the cell phone, she started screaming and went for managers. I guess she was in a fitting room, and he was probably with the phone, putting it underneath the door. What a creeper. He was charged with voyeurism, which is a misdemeanor. Well, I'll tell you what, I feel like it should be more than that. Don't you think? I feel like it should be more than a misdemeanor. I mean, that's just a violation of privacy that, that goes beyond the pale. First, the suspect denied recording the woman, but then later changed his story. He went on to admit that he's done this on multiple other occasions, which of course means there are victims out there that were recorded and have no idea. So that's scary. 937-457-1290 is our number. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, we've got this one. I posted this story. This is
Guinness World Records America. A new record.
World record.
You're looking at a guy who's going to set a new world record.
That's another world record.
And this is probably one of the strangest world records that I've ever talked about on this show. So you may have heard of a condition that it's very, very rare. Very rare. It's called the werewolf syndrome. And it's a condition where people have lots of hair growing on their face. Much like you would think of a movie werewolf, because werewolves aren't real. But this particular person, he's 18 years old. His name is Lalit Patidar, and he's from India. And he's had this condition. He was born with this condition. There's only been about 50 documented cases worldwide, and not just in recent history. According to the folks at Guinness, since the Middle Ages. So let that sink in for a second. Since the Middle Ages, there's only been 50 people documented with the werewolf syndrome. But he apparently holds the record for having the hairiest face. The way they did it is they took him to a doctor who studies this, and they measured it. He cut a 1 inch, I guess, or a square centimeter. Yeah, because this was done in Europe. It's that metric system. But they took a square centimeter of his face, and they cut the hair out, and then the doctor counted the hairs. And he has 201.72 hairs per square centimeter on his face. I've posted a picture on my Facebook page. You got to check it out. It's not like some crazy National Enquirer story. This is the real deal. And this guy has a face mane of hair. It's unbelievable. Guinness officials called it a 1 in a billion condition. Lalit, again, that's his name, is being celebrated now, but he says it wasn't always the case. Of course, when he was going to school, kids made fun of him. But he says now he's embracing it. And he has his own YouTube channel. So you can watch and follow along Lalit's life with werewolf syndrome. But he set a world's record, a Guinness World Record. And really, I mean, that is like the strangest world record that I've ever heard of. Let's talk to Mike and Laura. Hey, Mike.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm well. What's happening?
Oh, I was just getting home, and I was listening to callers talk about animal stories watching TV. And
yeah.
I rescued a kitten here about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's been raised more like a human than a cat. And she enjoys watching professional golf.
Well, see, we just had somebody else mention that they like watching golf.
I thought it was when they were putting and stuff, and I watch her watching TV.
Yeah.
And no, she'll watch them. She watch them tee off, and she watch them hit their approach shots, and watch them putt on the green, and she'll do that. You know, her attention span isn't great, but she'll be there for 15, 20 minutes on the coffee table watching TV.
That's pretty good. I think that's longer than I could get my wife to watch golf on TV, 15, 20 minutes. So, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mike, I appreciate your call, buddy. We need to find a dog that likes wrestling. There's got to be some dogs out there that just really get into WWE.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, a hero.
Oh, he's a keeper. It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man. You'll realize.
You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, here are the three big things you need to know. Montgomery County deputies need your help in finding a missing Dayton man who has a heart condition. A man gets at least 18 years in prison for the death of a man found shot inside a burned-out home in Trotwood. And our current top local story, a Cedarville University student hurt in a Pennsylvania plane crash remains in critical condition today.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
It's a great drive home this afternoon, 675, 75, and 35, moving at normal speeds for this time of day. No accidents or slowdowns. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Now here's the Miami Valley's most accurate and dependable forecast.
A mostly sunny sky this evening should give way to increasing clouds overnight, but we stay dry. Low temperatures in the lower 40s. For Thursday, partly sunny, a stray shower possible with a high near 70 degrees. I'm Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton's Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
The latest scan of the live Doppler 7 radar, all clear, sunny, still really nice out there this hour. 70 at Tip City and 74 in Dayton at 5:52. These stories and more coming up. Our next scheduled newscast is at 6 o'clock. I'm Ron Otto, WHIO Continuing News.
The WHIO call letter still means something in the Miami Valley. The original news legends, Lou M., Don Wayne, Jim Baldridge, Gil Whitney. We are standing on the giants of Dayton radio, and we take their legacy seriously. Nothing is as good as the best local news possible, serving you in your hometown. It's important to us. WHIO was and is the #1 news station in the region. You're listening to the legendary WHIO. Depend on it.
Is your family aware of your wishes after your passing? A traditional burial, cremation? How will it be paid for? Woodland Cemetery encourages you to pre-plan these details. It's the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information.
If you or a family member are a veteran, Preble County Veteran Services helps you get the benefits you've earned, including VA claims, emergency financial assistance, transportation, and more. Services are always free. Contact Preble County Veteran Services today.
Does your child spend several hours doing homework each night? Does your child struggle with reading or math assignments? At Sylvan, they help answer the questions you have about your child's skill level and work with you to create a solution by writing a personal learning plan to meet your child's individual needs. It takes time to change patterns, but as children learn, they also build confidence. Sylvan will be right there by your side every step of the way. Call Sylvan Learning to get started today.
Hey, it's Todd from WHIO. You know, listeners are always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They hear me talk about it on the radio, and they want to know if they would be a good candidate for this joint pain treatment. Well, here's some questions. Answer these honestly. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or other joints? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping or walking, you know, those day-to-day movements. Next, do you want to avoid surgery and all the pain and long recovery that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss the things that you love because joint pain is holding you back? It could be walking the dog or golfing or jogging. If you answered yes to any of these, I bet you're a great candidate. So please don't wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for their free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can help you get long-lasting relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 937-936-0325. That's 937-936-0325.
Welcome to Tire Discounters.
Thanks. I gotta warn you, I drive a hard bargain.
Okay.
So let's hear your first offer.
Well, how about,
yeah,
with any 4-tire purchase, we'll give you a free alignment.
Man, I'm good. All right, let's do it before you change your mind.
And we'll also give you a free oil change.
Ha! I can't believe I talked you into this deal. Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Don't tell accounting. But with any 4-tire purchase at Tire Discounters, you get a free alignment and a free full synthetic oil change. See store for details.
Whatever the weather outside, stay comfortable inside with Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality and comfort matter the most. Our cost-effective systems for your home or office and planned service will save you some bucks. Bucks. That's right, Sarah bucks. That will keep your wallet happy. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a reliable local family-owned company that always produces great results. This is Sarah Tanner. Call 299-2500 or go to tannerhvac.com to schedule today. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a name you can trust.
How do you gain a good reputation? By consistently doing the best you can and outperforming the competition. Dayton Door Sales has a reputation for the quality of their garage door installation and repair. Of course, quality depends as much on people as materials, and Dayton Door Sales employs only experienced professional installers and technicians. See for yourself why Dayton Door Sales is the region's leader for garage door service and installation at DaytonDoorSales.com. Integrity, value, experience. That's Dayton Door Sales.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant at home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Broadcasting live from the McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. This is WHIO Dayton and WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. All news, all the time.
Rain returns to the Miami Valley this weekend. We'll have the latest at 6 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Halston, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
From a psychological standpoint, the radio station represents a link to normalcy.
The Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. You know, over the last 5 or 10 years, the name Karen has sort of become pejorative. And a lot of people named Karen can't stand that. You know, Karen now stands for somebody who thinks they're entitled. You see it on social media, the whole deal. A bunch of Karens. Look at that Karen. Well, it's going to get even worse if we make it to the letter K this summer when it comes to hurricanes. Number 11 on the list is Karen. Hurricane Karen. It could happen. Right before that, Hurricane Jerry. Jerry and Karen, back to back. Hopefully we won't get that far, but I bet we do. 937-457-1290. Taylor in St. Mary's. Hey, Taylor.
Hi.
Hey, what's happening?
Nothing. First off, I just want to say I love your show, and I listen to it every night on my way to work.